What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XYO today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, all right? Man, oh man, was I wrong. I got some splaining to do. Last night I made a video. This hour right here, you pumped up 25% in an hour. 1 hour, man, you pumped it, you ripped, and we found some resistance here. I believe that we were down at about 1.36 cents, somewhere around there. And I was saying that you probably find resistance here and come back down, and to not be discouraged if today even came all the way back down to where it opened, or let alone if it came back down to 1.2 cents or 1.1 cents. I was wrong. That did not happen. I've been wrong before. I've been wrong again. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. I've been right before. I will be right again. We're going to talk about where we're going here. I just want to talk about why I thought that we'd find resistance there. Resistance right there. That's right at the 382. You ripped up to the 382. You had a nice wick. You rejected it momentarily, very, very momentarily. Found resistance at the 382 and at these areas where you found resistance before and support before. Okay. While you showed respect at the 236, it's not common to do what you did here. Okay. It's very, very uncommon to just rip right up all the way up to your golden ratio and find resistance there. You normally, in this kind of scenario, would stair step up. Like that's kind of how you go. But that's okay. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. And we had a massive pump overall, you guys. This thing, let's see, from a low to a high, it pumped 95%, almost 100%. On some charts, it did pump 100%. I know if I'm on the XYO crypto chart, it says that we pumped over 100%. Crazy, crazy. You didn't stop here at support for resistance. No, you stopped at the resistance for resistance. That's crazy. Good move. Now let's talk about this, okay? I want to look at this. I want to look at this on the crypto chart because I think it might be more accurate. See, like here, you found resistance right at the golden ratio. If we're looking at this here, looking out on a weekly basis, it's very clear that you've broken out of this downtrend, right? And I want to make an example out of this right now, okay? There's a lot of cryptos, you guys. There are a lot of cryptos that look like this or some variation of this, and they're in the phase right now where they're still at the bottom. They haven't made this move where they're up 70% in a week or more, right? They haven't made this move yet. XYO, I'm only saying this because I'm assuming that for everybody watching this video, XYO is not the only coin that you're holding, right? There's probably other coins you're holding too. Don't make the mistake of selling your other coins that are boring to buy the coin that is exciting. Every coin that looks like this right now is going to look like this in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks. They're all going to get their turn, okay? Do not sell the coin that's yet to pump for the coin that just pumped. Does that make sense? Is that making sense at all? Because odds are you will see some correction, right? I wonder how many people sold their boring coins at the lows for the exciting coin at the top, and they're already down right now. You know what I mean? Or maybe, hopefully, they bought along the way and they're up, or they're at least break even. But I digress. So looking forward, speaking specifically about XYO right now, you've got a very, very beautiful path ahead of you, okay? If we're looking at this, let's start off. I want to look at this from a high to a low here. Went up to your 1886, okay? What about this high to low here? High to low there. Golden ratio, 1618, even a little bit above there. Okay, so from a high to low here, I think we can expect deeper extensions, right? Something above the 1618, maybe at the 1618 itself. You're at 1.6 cents now. We're talking about prices that are as high as 13, 14 cents, if not maybe above 22 cents, something like that from the current price. If you had fun over the last pump, 70% right now over the week, I think what you have left to go is something on the lines of about an 8x to probably a 13x, somewhere in that kind of area there. Yeah. That's what we're looking for. If not, maybe you do stop right at that 10-cent area. And I do like that 10-cent area. It makes a lot of sense that you would stop there. But man, I got to say, with the velocity that you're seeing right now, with the tenacity, the ferociousness of this move so far, and the volume to back it up, depending on how we close this week, depending on how this looks, if this is more than just a little day like this over here, right? And obviously it already is more these days, but if it's more than just a wicking day, it's actually a candle body coming up here and you're moving with a purpose. I really wouldn't be surprised if you did see something that was above 10 cents. I think today, as of now, the minimum price just moved up, right? It was last night whenever I was making the video. Last night it was 7.3 cents, and you could find resistance there. It's possible, I mean, it's not my minimum target at the moment, but sure, maybe from here you only 4x until the end of this move, which I'm expecting to be by the end of June, something like that, right? And maybe you find a double top at resistance, but I don't think so. I think that you would at least go to 10 cents, right? And that's about a 6x from here. more likely now you go to 14 cents, or I really do like that 22 cent to 28 cent area. You might have underestimated this thing in last night's video, and I think that you really do. I think you have a solid chance of seeing prices above 20 cents right now. You're at 1.6 cents, and you really do have a solid chance of going up to this 23 to 28 cent area, if not at a minimum, something around 14 cents. I really do like that. Yes, technically the minimum is 10 cents, but I honestly do believe that you get above there. If we're looking forward past this area here, past just where you're going to go by the end of June, let's talk about the end of cycle, right? High to low here, and what the reason why I think you will move at a higher velocity now than you have throughout this whole range here is that you're breaking out. You really truly are breaking out of this accumulated phase right here, right? You broke out here, but it was kind of a false breakout. You broke out and then you went back into it. You know what I mean? Here, when you break out, you're not going to go back into it. You're breaking out. You're going to new all-time highs. You're going to move with the purpose like you did here, right? It's going to be phenomenal. Any resistance you find is just going to be a momentary resistance onward and upward to a dollar and beyond probably. XYO being at about a 220, let's call it 225, just so the math's a little easier for me too. 222, I think that'll be all right. 222 million right now. If you wanted to go to a dollar, how much percentage growth would that be? I don't think you stop at a dollar, by the way. It's about a 60x. 18 plus 18 plus 18. What is, or no, that'd be 12 plus 12 plus 12. What's, no, wait, 16, 60. Yes, it'd be 12 plus 12. What is 60 times 200? Is that 1,200? Yeah. But then 60 times 20. Anyway, so you'd be at about a billion, $1.3 billion. No. I'm sorry. You'd be at about $13 billion there, right? 13, $15 billion, something in that kind of area, right? I think $13 billion. Let me make sure. Hold on. I literally just woke up, you guys. I just woke up. That's no excuse, but that I'm using it as an excuse. Times 222. This is in millions. So yes, it'd be 13 billion, right? $13.3 billion. Okay. So XYO, $13.3 billion here at a dollar. I think that you can go higher. I think that you can, right? Personally, I think this thing in time will be worth a lot more than just $13 billion in market cap. I think that you'll see a $1.60, $2.34, somewhere in that area there. Or potentially, yes, you could even go higher than that. You might see something on the lines of about a 50. What would that? Could you see that? Let's see. Hold on now. Hold on. 350x. So 100x from here is 22 billion. 60, 70. Yeah, maybe you could see this. This would be the maximum expectation that you would have, those like something at about 581 to $6, $7, something like that. Maybe you get there. If not, don't worry. It's okay. But that's the maximum side of things. As far as what's possible for XYO, I could see you getting to $5, $6, $7, something in that area. With the 2272, oftentimes you do go a little bit above it. That's why I have the measurement above the line, not right at the line, okay? But more likely, the higher expectation at this point in time would be not to stop here at 65 cents by the end of the cycle, not to stop here at $6 by the end of the cycle, but somewhere in between. I like $1.60 to 234. So yes, I really do think XYO has 100x potential, 138x potential. What's great about that is it pumped up 72% this month. It pumped up 100% today. Came down a little bit, whatever, and it still has 100x potential or more. What's great about this is if you are a pump chaser, if you're chasing the pump and you buy the pump instead of buying coins that are boring before they pump, you can still reap the rewards if you just sit on your hands and you wait patiently. I very much do believe that this thing will, even if you were to go to 65 cents and that's where you stop, that's still outperforming the average coin by like a 10x from here. So even if you do your minimum expected target, you're going to kill it. But I don't think you stop there. I think you do go to about 100x or more. That's probably what you're going to do. So I got nothing else for you guys. I just wanted to make this video to correct the incorrect call last night, right? Talking about it now. You are bouncing off of your 50 on the monthly. That's a very powerful signal. Weekly RSI getting above the 50. We love to see it. Let's see how you close in the next 2 days and 10 hours. You did find resistance at your golden ratio. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay, actually, 1 hour time frame here. Bearish divergence forming, yes. that was all the way back down here at about 1.4 cents. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me. So here's the thing. This is where moments like this, they're very, very forgiving. And this is what I was saying last night, is that I'm calling down here. I was like, I'm calling for the price to go down. But if it goes up, if it continues to go up and it pulls back, that's okay. You can buy. Maybe you'll buy at a slightly higher price than this price here, but at least you'll be able to buy at a lower price, relatively speaking. You can buy into strength instead of buying on a guess. If you bought on a guess, it worked out for you. But here's the deal: that divergence formed right where I was saying that we'd go down from. So even though I'm wrong, even though I was wrong, if I was looking to buy this thing, and I am, I think I'm going to get another chance to buy right at those areas. So this is what I mean. There's no sense of urgency to buy, because my thoughts are, imagine you bought some here and it keeps pumping. Maybe you're like, oh, I need to buy more. I need to buy more, whatever. You're selling boring coins to buy the exciting coin. Now it pulls all the way back and it goes back to that first area you bought, where you could have really gone heavy, because if it gives you a second chance, you're probably going to go heavier on that second chance, or let alone if it goes lower. You know what I mean? I do believe, I really, really do believe, and I'm I know that I didn't have a good example of it last night, but I really do believe that we will see prices below 1.43 cents. We'll probably go a little bit lower than that even. We probably don't bounce right off of that area. Let's just see. I want to get a good fib on here. Let's take this low to this high. Yeah. No, no, no. We respected the golden ratio. We'll take the overall high to low. Let's do that. Hold on. Because if we're respecting this, we're going to respect it on the way down too. Okay, yes, yes. So but that's not going to help us because we're already at the 3. Yeah, it's not going to help us as much, so never mind. Let's see. Um, Daily time frame, low to high here. Okay, so down to your 382. Let's look at the 1 hour now. Down to your 382, yes, right here. Okay, so your 0.5. I think you're going to go all the way down to 1.4 cents. If you don't stop there, you have the potential to go down to 1.26 cents. Yes, you could do all this. You could slowly go down here, rip. You could slowly go down here, rip, whatever it is. But lower you go. My expectation would be, at a bare minimum, sitting here at 1.6 cents, you continue to drop to 1.46 cents, or likely lower than that. I like that 1.4 cent area, maybe at the lowest 1.26 cents. But nothing too crazy from here, right? You're still going to get a higher low, and then you'll bounce, you'll recover. That's all I got. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.